Welcome to the Life Happens podcast. I'm your host, Grace. As you know, the Life Happens podcast is a podcast where we take our spirituality with everyday practical things to create a beautiful balance. But before we get into our topic, which is build a Barbie. Can you? Okay, hold on a second.
Got it.
Can everybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep. I'm here.
Okay. Log back out and go back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it does it.
Yeah.
So y'all, I'm excited because we have a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself. But he has a wealth of knowledge, and he has like this relationship. I don't say it's a podcast, but he has a TikTok about relationships, and it's really awesome. So, can you hear us now?
Oh yeah, Big Daddy back in the game.
So before we start, we want you to introduce yourself to the audience. Tell them who you are, what you do, what's your TikTok about, and etc.
For people who don't know me, I'm Mr. P. Royale on TikTok. My Instagram is fairly new. I got about 65,000 followers on TikTok. I've been in the criminal justice field. I'm a police officer. I done it all for the last 20 years. My content is all over the place, okay? I'm about uplifting men and women, holding both sides accountable. I put a lot of stuff in there as far as health, wellness, and jokes. I'm all over the place. I don't have a certain niche when it comes to social media. I'm all over.
You are very honest, I will say. He's extremely honest. I learned a lot of stuff from you on TikTok. Like one of the first times I think we interacted when you were talking about how men and women cannot be friends.
That's right. That was one of my first videos. Yeah. And listen, don't know normal, let me rephrase it. Don't know everyday heterosexual man wants to be friends with no fine woman. Those men, we call those men leeches. You put this man, you put him in the friend zone bucket to freeze, right? One day that you done slip up and give him some coochie.
Yeah.
He got drunk. Your boyfriend that made you mad. So he done slipped up in there. That's why they're around it. And let me tell you about it. Most women, they will argue at first and say, no, I have a real friend. Then they find out 10 years down the line when the man got cancer and he tells you been in love with you since you met him. Come on now, let's be real about it. Never let a woman lie on me. I'll be like, girl, I ain't your friend. Don't tell nobody that. Nope.
Trying to say that none of your friends can spend the night at your house, huh?
Don't say that. Look, y'all play with me too much. Hey, y'all, this is Mr.
How do you follow somebody?
You better not ever tell nobody that lie.
Hey, Justin. No, that's how we met. That was funny to me though, because it was so real.
Mm-hmm.
You should check out his content. It's kind of funny though. Sometimes.
So, who are you on? Who? What's your name on TikTok?
It's the one over here is Mr. P. Royal on TikTok.
See, somebody else pulls up when you do that.
Yeah.
I think it's Mr. P. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, because somebody else pulls up when you do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, and I know you're going to give us some really good advice.
I'm very honest about it. I don't have time to live in a fantasy. I speak about what we're really dealing with, not what we want the world to be like. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he's blunt and rude sometimes. He could be he could be accused of being rude.
Listen,
rude. It's honest, but not honest. It's honest.
Felicia, check out my video today. I talked about this man that went and had excruciating leg surgery to grow 5 more inches for dating.
Well, how tall was he to begin with?
They never said how tall he was originally. Yeah. But people got to realize the most important thing you got to have is confidence. All that means nothing at the end of the day. First of all, that is social media and societal standards pushed through social media. Most women ain't dating men over 6 feet tall. That's what they want to date. How many women you see that got a little pocket boyfriend at home, right? Or they man over 700 pounds. Or he pee on his balls every day because he ain't packing. Or there ain't a bunch of women with these outstanding men out here. That's just what that's front for the home girls.
Not even with balls. That was so.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that happens?
Well, when you break up with them, it's the first thing you talk about.
Yep.
You in love with them, then. As soon as you break up with them, you were short anyway. I didn't feel nothing for 10 years.
Wow.
What's the problem?
Yeah, we were talking bad about the D.
Yeah.
We do. We can talk shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And again, that's a reflection of you.
Yeah. It is.
It's a reflection of you. If you was with somebody for 10 years that did not satisfy you, that's a you problem, not a him problem. Because apparently somebody was happy.
Well, we be honest right now, okay? We're living in a world where, quote unquote, a lot of women prefer to want to have the softer life, right? So a lot of women don't mind being in a relationship with somebody as long as they provide the money, regardless of what he looks like. So women will say, well, it's about confidence. Yeah, he got confidence because he got money. You take the money out of the equation. How many celebrity men have you seen go on national TV and talk about how women didn't want to date them back in the day? The same women want these men. Why? What was the difference? My confidence is high. Because guess what? If I flirt with you and I can't get your attention with my conversation, then I'm going to hit the money. Girl, let's get in this Lamborghini. Girl, let me fly you out to Tahiti. Not guaranteeing I'm going to get nothing out of the deal, but it's the fact that you know I got that money.
Right.
And you know, car note look expensive, about $400-500 a month. You ain't got to Uber as much when you got me paying for everything. So it makes a difference. Money leads to that confidence. I tell all the guys, I got 5 guys I'm coaching up right now, right? I explain to them, I am not your life coach. I'm more of a confidence consultant.
I'm not all.
Get your confidence together before you go out here dating. And the number one thing, before you bring your butt out on the dating game, make sure you're going out to actually meet somebody that you're interested in being in a relationship with. Don't go out because you're lonely or you're bored or you're trying to get over an ex. You're wasting people's time.
Or you hungry.
Or you hungry. They want bottomless crawfish or bottomless crab legs.
CJ says, what's good, y'all? Got my red cup and I'm on 10.
Hey, CJ.
Hey, Greg and Felicia. Where's my girl, Kim? Kim just left us, okay? She abandoned. Kim just left us. Okay, guys. Are you guys ready? Well, let me ask you, how was your weekend? Easter? You all celebrate Easter?
I mean, I went to church.
Oh, I saw this.
Well, no, I mean, I think since my kids got a little older, not as much, you know, because I used to be all into it with the baskets and the Easter clothes and, you know, pictures.
Yeah, my kids are too old now, so we don't do that. I didn't do anything. I just cooked a lot.
Yeah, I cooked. I didn't cook.
I ordered. I'm rehabbing from surgery, so right now I can't do as much as I normally do. I'm a big gym fanatic, so right now I had surgery on my rotator cuff as well as a torn bicep tendon.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm 41 going through this, so it's been hard for me, but I can't do nothing but pray. But I'm eating everything in sight. Man, it's bad. I don't even want to look near a scale. I don't even want one in my facility.
You better get off of that seafood diet.
Yeah. So, guys, let's get into the topic. Build a Barbie. What does that mean to you when you think about build a Barbie? So the research I did on cosmetic surgery was that 1 in 4 women are currently considering a cosmetic procedure. And there are many reasons why people, we talk about women, why women do this. Self-confidence and also to conform to societal standards. Nowadays, having a big fat ass is in, right? One of my closest friends freaking built like she fine as hell, right? But she always has back pain. And she said, you don't understand what it is to float around this thing, okay? And so, but when people look at her, they are seeing this woman, but not realizing what comes with that, right? So doing research, I realized a lot of times women change their physical appearance, not for themselves necessarily. And I've heard women say that they did it for themselves, and I believe some of them, but a lot of them are not doing it for yourself. You're doing it because you want to attract a man. You're doing it to keep a man, right? And you're putting yourself at risk and in danger because you may not wake up because you want to ask. Can you imagine you go before the Lord and like, why are you here, child? Oh, I wanted to be. To me, that is insane. It has to be a valid reason, I think. if you're going to do it. So that's for me. So what do you think, Tonya?
I definitely think a lot of it's just to fit in to me. Social media has taken over so much of our confidence and our mind. I mean, you sent me that video and like no BS. Like I talked myself out of it, but I was about to go get my lips shot up. And you sent that video, I was like, yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. Like, but it was just something in my head, like all these girls around me, like their lips are like, and I'm like, oh, mine are like little. So I'm constantly comparing myself to the other females out there or to anybody on social media when I don't have to. Like I'm fine where I am, but it's just I guess it's more of a norm. It makes you feel better. It makes you not even feel better, just I guess fit in more or make you feel like you're a part of that crowd or that you look good because they're setting the standards for us on social media. And I mean, even in just on media in general. So I'm for it, but at the same time, I always talk myself out of it. So I'm kind of teeter-tottering.
I think there needs to be a balance with anything you do. So let me read this comment. Ashley Lee says, the standards of society can never be achieved. It always requires more.
Never satisfied.
Exactly. I agree.
I think people need to accept the fact that there's always somebody out there prettier than you, built better than you, just do things better than you. And that's okay. Like if you have to be comfortable with yourself, no matter what that looks like. Right. So what do you think, Mr. P? What is your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm going to tell you what's coming from the men camp, and I'm going to tell you what my opinion about it.
Please tell us.
Tell you what it is. It's just like what I talked about with the man having that surgery on his knees to be taller. You're supposed to be doing this for yourself and not centering your life around getting men and women, but that's what we're getting. 30% of women getting that surgery for themselves. The other 70% is to get in this dating game. Because we've seen women leave whole families to go back out on the streets after they done got their body done. What I try to explain to women is, yeah, you're going to get more men attention, but you're not going to get quality men. Those 300 men in your DMs, let's be honest, a lot of men are not trying to be in relationships or be husbands. So you're just putting yourself more out for risk for more of that pole patrol, but not walking across that wedding lane about what you want. If you want that attention, we're going to give you that attention.
Not the pole patrol.
But if you want a husband, you're not going to get that. Because real men that want a wife don't really want a woman that seems like they're seeking validation because of their body. And I'm going to give you an example. When you watch a lot of women, right, that before they get their body done, watch their social media post. Now, after the body gets done, they said they did it for themselves. But it seems like be a lot more pictures with no clothes on. A lot more.
Yeah.
A little bit more jiggle for some strange reason on the pictures and the videos, right? They dropping them pictures in them stories, right? So this is my personal opinion about it, right? I'm about whatever you want to do to boost your confidence up. Because when you're not at your best confidently, you're going to settle for a man or woman you don't want. Right. But don't let this get to your ego because it's the social media standards that got people to get in their body. If social media wasn't that bad, people wouldn't care about their bodies like that. Right. But when you go on Instagram, you're looking at all these different women with all these shapes and these bodies, and you're feeling like, okay, I'm not as good looking as her. You ain't seen this girl in real life. Yes. You don't know how many filters that is. For people who don't know me, I'm a reformed whore, right? I'm reformed, right? I done dated more IG and pretty women than most people can imagine. Trust me, don't fall in love with the pictures. You see them in real life, you be like, okay, you got to have more than that. So if you want to do it for yourself, ladies, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Don't let no man come up here and tell you, well, I prefer my woman natural. Cut the lies. They don't give a damn. As long as you feel good, we still gonna have sex. But if you want a wife or you want a husband, most men do not want no woman that's seeking validation on social media. You see men in the comments talk about it. So
you would not date a woman with a big fat ass, with a BB. Somebody on TikTok says, why not?
Why not what?
They said, why not? I guess. So
have sex wanting a woman that seeks validation.
Right. Yeah. So you would sleep with a woman, I'm just saying, that had all these things going on, but you wouldn't make a wife, is what you're saying?
It depends on when you meet that woman, what type of, like, for instance, just because you got your body done doesn't mean you're all over social media, right? Right. We're ones that got their body done on Monday, then change the entire platform on Tuesday. They drop 10 pounds, and all of a sudden, every video got the tight dress on, right?
Baby, listen.
Right. They can all they want to, but we looking at you.
Right.
I believe in standing 10 toes on what you believe. If this is what you want to do, stand 10 toes on it. Don't deflect. Don't make them no excuses. You know what you're doing it for. I know several women who flat out told me they out here to date and they want a certain type of man. I said, well, you're going to get the certain type of man, but that don't mean you're going to actually get what you want out of the deal. Because if I'm begging for attention, I'm not going to take you seriously. Yeah, we can go ahead and get a couple of lamb chops and some alkaline water, but after I put my thing, go back to the house.
If and some alkaline water.
Catch you later. That's it.
That's what he said. Alkaline water.
At least you got the good water.
Yeah.
pH balance, because you know what's coming next.
You know, men don't do that for ourselves. We might take you to a 5-star restaurant, but we might eat Jack in the Box every day. We spend our money on other stuff. You know, most men, if you talk to them, they don't really spend money on themselves. Don't think about the cars or the jewelry, but they day-to-day routine. Most men buy a sandwich from the gas station. We don't go out here worry about none of that stuff till we go on a date. I didn't start treating myself to real good meals until I got 38, 39 years old.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I take myself on dates. If I want to go somewhere and want to eat by myself and get half of a whale or a camel's hump, I'm going to go ahead and do it because I work hard for my money. I'm a police officer.
Right.
I ain't guaranteed to live tomorrow. I can't just be spending money on your big head self. I got to eat too.
Okay, ladies, and are you ready? Are you ready to watch this video? Because this was so good. Okay, let me play the video.
Okay. The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
And the women are doing that for themselves. Yeah. Because the men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude, but the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat, he'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. The women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation, and can't sit on a plane because her arse has been injected or been interfered with? She got to lie there on her stomach. You think the men want that? I worried about some of the men because they must go out with a woman, and then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she? By the time you take everything off, women need to change their attitude before they change their makeup. The same way women can go out there and learn to put makeup on, learn to cook, learn to wash by hand, learn to please a man.
She's right.
For who?
She's like an African mother. I swear.
Yeah, she's definitely Caribbean or Jamaican.
Yeah. Hey, Wakanda.
I would.
Keisha says, hi, ladies, and Serge guest. So, she sounds like an African woman. I ain't gonna lie, though. When she said, learn to cook and wash my hands, we're not doing that in 2023. We're not washing my hand, man. But
no, you're not.
Nah. Yeah. Keisha says, Miss Ma'am is telling the truth. So we're going to start with Felicia. What are your thoughts on this video?
I think that she's absolutely right. I think that a lot of women do, especially my friends. My friends let me just give you a little background. My friends are newly single, in their 50s, and they're contemplating because their competition is not other 50-year-old women. Their competition is the 30-year-old women because the older men are wanting those younger women. And it's the argument that older women don't take care of themselves. They don't have nice bodies. So they go to these younger women. And then older women also have that stigma that, oh, they're older, they don't have nice bodies, they're fat. And then there's nothing that these men can do for them. Because at this point, like at my age, we all have houses. We all have cars. We're established. Like we've dealt with men that were men. And the men now have kind of changed a little bit. The whole dating scene has changed a lot of bit since they've been dating. Because God forbid, if I have to start dating again, I just probably wouldn't. Because it's a whole different ball game. So I can understand why women are doing it, but they are doing it to date. And if they say something different, they're lying. You know, they don't want to be the cat lady.
Nobody wants to be a cat lady, but I would say younger men are pursuing older women. You know, I talked to a guy we were talking about Botox, and he looked at me and said, why? That's why I chose you. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Botox would not be necessarily to look fake. It would be for maintenance if I had to get Botox, right? Because, you know, we're black now, so we don't age, you know.
Yeah.
Maintenance. And I was just having a conversation. There was something I was considering, and he was like, "I chose you because you're older." I was like, "Oh,
wow,
okay, sir, okay." You know, so okay, Mr. P, what are your thoughts?
I think it's comical because before I even got on social media, I ain't never sat there and worried about if a woman was older or younger than me. But a lot of those men are full of crap. What it has nothing to do with bodies. I done met some women that was over 40 that was finding the women in their 20s. It's about the attitude and the ability to not necessarily manipulate, but to mold, right? You get younger that has less experience in life, that haven't dated 40, 50 men, that haven't been dealing with her bipolar and all the other issues she got in life. She only got that many experiences. So most men feel like if you get this person at this age, you could kind of mold them into what you expect or what you want out of a woman, right? Don't let nobody tell you it's because they're not fine. That ain't true. There's a lot of women, 30s and 40s and 50s, that look amazing. Especially nowadays, we're more in a health food world, right? More people are at the gym than they ever been, right? We got now, since 2018, they're stating 1 out of 3 people go to the gym more. Back then, it was 1 out of 20. So people going to the gym, people eating better. So let's not talk about the fineness and having kids. That means nothing. They want them young because they can mold them to be the way they want because they don't want somebody that has an attitude problem. And I think that's everybody. Honestly, but like I tell people, before you even try to date, I understand what Felicia said, before you try to date, you need to really sit there and ask yourself, do I have other issues besides past relationships before I start dating? Not that you got cheated on, not that you been homeless. Do you deal with any mental issues first? Get that sorted out because you're a waste to everyone. And we as black people, we don't get therapy enough and we don't seek medication. We think practicing voodoo and eating crawfish is gonna help us. It's gonna help you with your depression and your anxiety and all that. That's a accountability problem that you don't want to have. We don't like accountability. Accountability doesn't feel good. So if I'm not the best version of myself up here, and my mind is in pieces, how am I gonna have peace enough to go and date you? Let me take care of me first before I go. Let me not go on a date if I'm lonely, depressed, bored, or I'm taking a selfie date. You're supposed to go out on a date for the opportunity to make it to a second date for progression to be in a relationship with this person.
Right.
But you're going on a date for everything but that. Let me just be pretty to take pictures in the bathroom. What?
Right.
Do you want to meet this man? Not really.
Right.
Going.
Right.
I'm a big fan of not wasting time. I don't worry about no money because I make money. If you hungry, I'll send you some Uber Eats. Don't waste 3-4 hours of my time. You know what I mean? I could be dating somebody else to learn.
Right.
You're right. So before we continue, let me read some comments and then it comes to you, Tonya. CJ says, true, LOL. Well, I saw Keisha's comment. Keisha had a good comment. Keisha says, all these wigs, weaves, surgeries, not cooking and whatnot. These men don't know what to do.
Listen.
And Felicia, you're right. The men have changed a lot. Will the real men just please stand up?
And look, Ashley is great. If you know her, she runs a podcast called Healing at the Table in Dallas. So she has a podcast as well.
Okay.
And she's outstanding. But we had to talk about this. I said, listen, both men and a lot of men and women both get used while dating, but y'all have the advantage at the end of the day. Because the only thing I can control is once you open up to me and we're in a relationship, I can take it as further as I want. Once a woman's willing to be with you, I can take it to new heights for marriage or not. But in order to get in the house, you got to open the door. You can go on 47 dates.
That's right.
Don't take none of us seriously. You control the cookie. No, I don't like the cookie. You control the banana pudding. So when we go on that date, you control who you want to give it to. But there's a lot of men, especially men that I've been coaching, that been on these dates that were really nice guys. But guess what? They didn't get past the first date. A man can check every box in the check mark box, but he don't have a sense of humor. He's not dateable. He's 6'7". He got money. He ain't got no kids. His sense of humor ain't good enough. I can't date him.
But that doesn't happen as often as with men as it does women. I'm sorry, I have to disagree with that because the women that I know, they don't get the second dates or they're not getting the quality guys. They check
I'm talking about overall. I'm talking about overall. Like on dating apps. I'm talking about overall. Mm-hmm. A lot of women date out of boredom or loneliness or get out or to get over an ex. There was a poll about it. It was 62% of women that wasn't looking for nothing at that date. They had no interest in the guy. So they just left the house to be cute.
Oh, no, hell.
You done put all this MAC makeup on. You done put this girdle on in your backpack.
This is your backpack.
To post a picture in your story, but you know you don't want to meet this man. You think about the next date.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna give him 47 minutes. Okay, if his breath bad, he ain't that cute. He need a filter too. This my last. I'm gonna block him as soon as I'm done with it. Y'all control the narrative. Y'all don't use the power that y'all have, because a lot of women are all running behind the exact same men. The same exact guy, the 6 foot, 6 figures, the handsome guy. You know what I mean? The guys that I coach, I can understand what they're going through. Big Daddy ain't never been through that. I ain't had to worry about none of that. But I can see what everybody else going through. I'm like, you taking her to a $500 dinner date and she ain't text you back in 7 hours? You better take that up. That other dude better take her out. You better take that girl to Chipotle. What's wrong with you, boy? You lost your mind. I'm going to call your mama. Miss Ruth, that boy lost his mind.
Oh, God.
She low vibration, and he spent a top dollar.
Yeah, I hear you. Men,
but so why do you think the men? Why do you think the women are getting the surgery if it's not to get a man? Why bother with getting the surgery?
Same reason why some women go to balls and dances with their makeup looking pretty. They don't want to be embarrassed by other women either. They don't want other women making fun of them. They don't want nobody other woman talking about their Peruvian body wave don't look good. How their toasted almond ain't blended right. Women like to be pretty to where it's about showing off for other women or the fact of getting the attention from the men, even though they might not want the man. Like if you were somebody who's been through a lot, you might not be ready to jump back into a relationship because not because you probably haven't healed or you haven't realized that maybe you're the problem. But I still want to look good. Somebody might take this picture. So why not?
So superficial though. I mean, it's so
superficial. But I'm gonna tell you something. I watched a good video on this last month, right? If social media wasn't as much as it was now, if it was back then, things would have been different. Social media is the whole point. Back in the day, grandma couldn't post a picture and get 500 DMs. Grandma didn't have, she went to the store in church and back home. Nowadays, you can live in Arkansas and got people watching you in Japan.
Listen.
People want to look at their best. And not to mention the money. You know how many women make money off OnlyFans, other content.
I'm gonna give pictures on my toes, but I just can't bring myself to do that.
You can't do something strange for some change?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you who said this, but I talked to some guys who run podcasts. They deliberately go after the prettiest woman to be on a podcast for one purpose, right? For the men to get on and watch. Mm-hmm. He said, I don't really believe half stuff she says. It sounds like a stretch, but she's a selling point. I got her in the face. All the thirsty, lonely men gonna be, ooh, let me look and see. Listening for some keywords. Oh, she's single. Let me DM her. Yeah. They use women. And it's, hey, I can't knock it. Women, hey, use what you got to make your little money. Do what you got to do. Free game.
True. So CJ says, like ass of, yeah, them youngins love them older women. That's just what I hear, though. I think you know for a fact, CJ. It's just plain. CJ says, true, Mr. P. That's facts. Older men love younger women because they're just simpler to deal with. With the older woman that's around you, the same age, you have to come correct. You do have to come correct. Don't come with that bullshit.
Yeah, you do have to come correct, but you got to realize the younger women are different now because they got more money and they're educated now. These women got nursing degrees. Some of them are already doctors at a young age. These women ain't like great-great-grandma where they needed a man to take care of them. Yeah. You got to realize Equal Rights Act, all that stuff took a major toll. You can go for a girl that's 23 years old, they got a whole lot of money. But they're thinking because she has less experience dealing with men, which they think she got less experience. They think. Experience. Girl, they took Girls Gone Wild down years ago, but they think she don't got no experience dealing with men and less trauma. Older.
It's not. I was listening to a TikTok the other day. This girl was on live talking about how she was 23 and didn't want kids and already had a tubalization. She's not having kids. She doesn't buy into that narrative.
Yeah. Power to her.
These women are like, I'm not having kids and, the marriage thing is not for them because I hear so many times the younger women saying marriage just benefits the man. The woman don't get a benefit out of the marriage, just men.
They don't get no benefit out of the marriage after we pass away. We live longer. We don't live long. We get more financial. For some reason, when you get married as a man, for some reason, God blesses you and our money increases. We start making more money. We get a lot of different things out of the marriage for some strange reason. Now, y'all benefit more after we gone. Y'all, after we pass. But I'm a person that grew up in belief. First of all, I think marriage is beautiful. I think great grandma and grandpa kind of ruined the idea of marriage because they didn't actually assess their partners and get married. They usually got married because neither the church put them together or the pressures of getting older. Because back in the day, if you wasn't married and having a family by 21, you was frowned upon because of the church.
That's true.
Right.
So that's why I tell a lot of guys now, just because, these days you can meet a younger woman, but she might be on top of that money. And a lot of these men that don't have that confidence, they don't want a woman to making a lot of money because they know that she might come with ego. I don't do broke women. I don't like them broke. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, you told me that before.
I don't do broke women. I don't care what nobody says. Because at the end of the day, this is my mindset. If we're buying houses, properties, and we're building wealth, if something happens to me at all, I got to know this woman can hold down the fort until I get my act together. How many people got a job where they can't get fired or be suspended?
Right.
I had surgery. They giving me 60%. I said, what's 60%? I said, y'all playing, right? No, Mr. Hill, for real. I said, for real? So think about that, especially if I'm paying mortgage, your car note, and on top of the other things that you want. If I got a stay-home woman and you're a high-maintenance woman, say you're a 2023 woman, right? The nails, the hair, the only thing I'm trying to pay for is the Brazilian wax, but that's another conversation. But you all this other stuff that you want to get done, so I got to come off the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I might be able to afford after I'm injured or whatever. I might have enough money saved to pay the mortgage and the car note. But women like they maintenance, and women get spoiled just like your puppy does. You done got all this maintenance for all these years, and all of a sudden, look, baby, you're gonna have to slow down on the $200 eyelashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might have to get $40, and now you're looking at me thrown off because you don't have the education or you don't have the ability to make the money. So if you don't have money, but you have the ability to make money, that's good for me. I don't need you just to come out the money to pay the bills. It's just the fact of having a life partner.
Right.
And this is a business as well as a relationship. Marriage is just not about love. It's a business as well. That's why so many women are dating these men they don't find attractive, but they dating them for the fact that they have money. And they be lying about it. Oh, he looks good. No, he don't. You lying. If you look at all your friends on men, he look like one of your friends on men.
After about 4 or 5 drinks, everybody look good.
See, I like what he said. He believes in my limited liability partnership.
Limited liability.
Same thing as marriage.
Look, I had a friend of mine tell me that. Talking about
look it up.
He handsome. I say, okay, you got 3 men of your friends on the list just like him. What's the difference? They can't never answer. I like big personality. No, this guy got the same personality as him. The common denominator is mentally. This guy has money, so his confidence is higher. Take away his money, he won't be the same person. Not every man. You got 3-4 kind of group of men. You got the men that have confidence, the swag, the ability to communicate. You got the man that's an idiot, but he looks good. He's the standards. You know which ones I'm talking about? Yeah. The guys that put it in their bio, they make sure you know they 6'5" and 6'3". They put it in the comment section, 6'5" alpha, because he's an idiot, right? So he's gonna use his height to his advantage because he know women like tall men. He's gonna tell the world he's 6'7". His GPA low. Then you got the man with the money. I got a friend. He gonna laugh at me, but he a big trick. He gonna tell you. He said, I don't even waste time. I don't even play with him. He come up to him straight up. Man, girl, you call me Ambi. I'm gonna take care of your lights. It don't even matter. He don't care. He a large dude. He don't care. He come up to you with the money. He only got time for you to lie to him and call him handsome. He ain't gonna waste no. Man,
at least he's honest. He's not trying
to he playing to his strengths.
I'm telling you, he's sitting fat and he got money. Okay.
Yeah, that's just like the men that got the men that are good and bad, or the men that's packing. That's 2 different groups of men now. You got the packing, you got the talent, you got the money. You know what I mean? You got different groups of men in the swag.
Hey.
Look, you'll sit on here right now and tell me, I could date a man that doesn't make over 6 figures. But your boyfriend fresh out of the penitentiary. How's he got 6 figures?
Nah, you're right.
He ain't got no figures. He don't even know his social security number. He got to check in every month. Yeah, what you talking about? I tell women every day, I don't care what you like. Just stand 10 toes on it. Don't make up no excuses. Don't lie. Just be real about what you like, and then we good with it.
Right. You're right. You like what you like, and that's okay. So let me read some more comments, and then we'll continue. Ashley says, Mr. P speaking truth, heal and become better. I agree. I'm all about it. CJ said, that man ain't got no risk, Mr. P. Well, I don't know what man he's talking about. Keisha said, a lot of time, women don't get the second date because they move too fast and be giving up the nappy dugout too fast. No, let me say this. Men move too fast nowadays. Men move too freaking fast. They want to kiss you on the first freaking date. You gotta bob and weave. That shit is irritating. I don't like that. That's like another thing. Like, just chill out.
They do too much these days to be kissing.
I mean, really, because I know whose booty you were licking. CJ says, I'm living proof that bare minimum is enough. LOL. Chicken Express and coupons done did the trick plenty of times. Honey, I don't know who you, boy, bye. Bra said Big Daddy. That's what he said, Keisha. CJ said, laughing my ass if I don't have at least 2 women that wanted me to marry them. I had to let her know. We're not even at level of this nursing degree.
Yeah, a lot of men, so they got men that got the swag, but everybody don't have it.
CJ says, I'm a little bit of a man that's the idiot that looks good, but I'm also got enough money to handle my own. I'm a little bit of everything. The shit works for me, though.
Yeah.
He said the idiot looks good. At least he knows.
As we men get up in age, we find our itch. I know a guy that I used to be friends with. He was a perfect liar. He would go on a liar. Yeah, a liar. Because this is what he would do. You know, some women go on solo trips, go out there with their friends, right? Mm-hmm. This man will go on these different trips and meet women and come up with a whole separate life.
Oh, and keep it up.
He would feel them out and tell what they was into. So he would tell women like he was a kingpin, or he done had one night stand with women all over Jamaica and all over the place. Because he found it's like we can sense when you low. We can tell when a woman is really truly confident or it's a front. Mm-hmm. We can smell that insecurity, what she says.
So if a woman has low confidence, why would you go after that woman? Is it purely for physical?
Yeah.
But let me ask you, because I see a lot of old men not settling down, right?
Right.
Getting older, and then they reach a certain age, and then they want to settle down when they're broke. When I mean their bodies are broke, I'm not talking about money. When I call them hospice husbands. When they're at that point. No, seriously though, this happens a lot. I know people that are taking care of ninjas that are broken down because you wanted to hoe in your youth, okay? Didn't take care of yourself, don't work out, all these things, and then you want someone to take care of you, want to ride or die. Ain't nobody riding. First of all, you can't even have sex with me because your body don't work. That's a problem.
Did you say they wanted to hoe in their youth?
Yeah. Hoe in their youth.
Who's that?
I'm saying men. There's some men who do that and then they don't settle down. Like you yourself said, you're a reformed hoe, right? Because you're honest.
Right.
But you take care of yourself and you admit your shit. Like you can stand in your shit and say, okay, I'm a reformed hoe. I used to do that. I know the game or whatever. And I understand it and I respect it. But there are people that are still old as shit. And you do the same thing. And now you want to settle down when you got diabetes. You don't tell nobody you got diabetes. That means you probably have ED. You ain't tell the chick you had ED. All these medical things you're not saying shit about. So I get married to you and then all of a sudden now your ass is sick. You sit on the toilet seat one day and you collapse. And I'm like, but I didn't know you were sick. Oh, Ninja knew he was sick. That's the kind of stuff that is really mind-blowing. And it's happening a lot.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Because when a lot of these men, let me tell you something else. You have late bloomers, early blossomers, and then you have the hoe. These 3 type of men, let me break it down to you.
The first one is what?
Let's put it this way. You have the hoe. You have a late bloomer.
Okay.
You got a person that's an early blossom.
Okay.
Let me tell you why. Let me help the ladies out. Y'all better take notes on this one. You ever met the guy that was in school that didn't get the girls? Mm-hmm. Then as he got older, he found the niche and was able to get women.
Right.
Those are men that take them longer to settle down. They don't settle down until they got older. Because they finally arrived. They never had the confidence. They never knew how to talk to women. So guess what? When they finally found out something that they have that women like, they focused on it and they perfected it to get women. Those are the men that don't settle down till much later on in life. Then you got the men that are early. The guy that was popular in school, the guy who dated a pretty girl in school, and the guy that was a whore early, right? So we usually, burn down by the time we hit 30, 30 to 35 and be like, okay, let me get my act together while I still got everything working and get me a good woman to settle down. And then sometimes you just meet a hoe. Sometimes your man is just a whore and he's been a whore. And that's just what it is. And let me tell you something else that you said earlier. You said that the man wants the hoe early. No. The man wants the hoe his whole life. He just don't want the one who's going to act like a hoe for everybody else to know.
Okay.
And the problem with it is you try not to mix them together. Okay. You want somebody that could be a lady in the streets and a whole freak in the sheets. No man want no boring sex. Don't no man want no girl that's afraid to send him some naked photos. You want to make your man happy? That's how you do it. Don't do things the same way. When that man at work, working hours on a day, you send him a random nude or you send him something dirty and he looking at his phone, he done dropped his whole keyboard. He ready to go home. That's the kind of woman the man wants. Yeah. But the problem with it is we judge women too much from the outside. Just like I made a video about the plain Jane women. A lot of men don't want the plain Jane girl because they think she's going to be born sexually. She's a safe option. I don't have to worry about her responding to men in her DMs or going on a date when I'm at work. That's what you're thinking. But those women be just as freaky as everybody else. So men always want a freaky woman. We just want to make sure you're our freak.
Makes sense.
We just want to make sure you're our freak. Because men, let me tell you something. A lot of men ego is fragile. We don't like embarrassment. We don't like embarrassment. That's why you got this circulation with the whole body count thing. Men don't want to be embarrassed. No man wants to be in a relationship with a woman that we feel like every man could have had. Same thing with dates. You might have slept with 4 men in your life, but you're on dating apps. You done went on 88 dates. That don't make me feel good taking you out. Because anybody could have took you out. That don't make me feel like I got a precious jewel. Let me take Grace out to dinner. Then I find out you've been on POF. You done been on 79 dates with short, big, wide, broke, ugly, and ugly. You lose credit from men when you not only you sleep with 1,000 people, but on top of the fact that you're going on dates with everybody and their mama. So yes, we like a good old freak as long as you my freak and everybody don't know about it.
Absolutely. I get it.
On a man, right? Man, we ain't gonna put up with cheating. But I guarantee you, if you done some stuff in a whole nother country compared to doing it in his city, he'd be a little bit okay with it.
Really?
Because he don't want nobody coming back and say, man, you know, he who just got out of jail, his little brother slept with such and such, right? He ain't take on no date. He bought us some Chick-fil-A. That's how success is predicated on it. That's why men are so fragile with it. It bothers a man when you go out and you go on these dates with these women, spend top dollar, that some other dude don't give him no effort and sleep with him. That's y'all right. That's y'all have the right to do that. But this is why men are afraid of spending money on dates. This is why men are afraid of going on dates and stuff like that. Because we know it happens because women talk about it. Oh, yeah, I slept with him. This girl made a video last month about how she went on a date with this guy who was super nice. She went on 2 dates with him back to back, but he was too nice and she ghosted him. Then she turned around and made a video how she met this man at the club and he knocked her down that night, talking about how iconic it was. Your old ass is 39 years old having one night stands.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's making it harder for everybody else.
39-year-old men are having one night stands. These women ain't sitting around waiting for y'all.
Guess what? I don't have a problem with it. It's about you can't be mad at the results. One thing about my page, you follow me, you'll notice that. I don't care about nothing that you do as long as you stand 10 toes on it. Don't be on app crying about there ain't no good men over here when you passing them up every day. I don't want to hear the lie.
It's because it's not somebody that you like. That's the thing.
Yes.
Right. The rules change for different people. You may meet somebody like, you can't kiss me. Then you may meet somebody else like, no, kissing him. So the change for different people. And let's be honest, we change it up for the people that we want to change it up for. I mean, I remember talking to a man thinking, yeah, I don't like you. It wasn't that he was a bad guy. I just didn't like him, right? So there's something I'm not going to do with you. So, I mean, I agree with that. And you're right. We do what we want to do with who we want to do it with. But I will say, though, some of you move too fast on their first dates. Too fast.
You got pretty privilege.
Let me read some comments first. CJ says, oh, nah, I'm about to support Nobody Lifestyle. The moment you start talking about which bill you can pay, that's because you're young, CJ. That's when I go ahead and CJ.
No, and he's right.
But
he's looking for a trick.
Tisha said, kisses you doesn't mean you have to drop your drawers. Absolutely no. That doesn't mean that. That means keep your lips to yourself. I don't want you to kiss me the first time. And I'm talking about that. I am a slow person. You cannot just. I swear, every time I go on a first date, I gotta bob and weave like I'm a boxer. This shit is irritating. Like,
I do these kind of hugs and then.
Reverse psychology works best. Huh? Reverse psychology works best.
It does. No, you're right though. Alicia's amazing podcast. All of you are speaking truth. I appreciate the transparency. Thank you, Ashley. Keisha. She said, I thought about sending my ex-man nudes, but then I seen he had nudes of several others broads in his Yahoo email accounts. He said he was a late bloomer. Oh, ugly hoe. Ugly hoe.
I ain't gonna lie. I drop one in mine every once in a while just to remind him. Just gotta do it sometimes.
That's how you listen. That's how you do it. Let me look. Here's the thing, right? Like I said before, I talk shit to men about this every day because I got 5 men I'm talking shit to right now about this. I don't want to hear ain't no good women either, because that pretty girl that you don't want to date at CVS will love you, but the fact that she built like an onion ring, you don't want to give her a shot. So I don't want to hear the bullshit. Listen, I'm 41 years old.
But you have to be attractive to them. You have to be attracted to them.
You have to be attracted, but I don't want to hear that there are no good nothing. Okay. And here's the problem with it is, our grandparents fed us that bull crap. As a kid, grandma and grandpa always told us, if you're a hardworking man and you're a good man, you can get the girl. Grandpa, that's a lie. That ain't true. There's a lot of good men that can't get the girl because of their sense of humor ain't that great. And that's always a big thing, or they can't carry a conversation. I got cousins that's 6'6" and 6'7" that's single with no kids and got jobs. The whole Russell Wilson future debate is real.
Well, and then you have to think about grandpa and grandma, the time that they grew up. Back then, a woman wanted a hardworking man. You know, he got a job, he worked hard. You know, my mom said back in the day, they used to look at the man hands. Oh, I want a man that got some soft hands. I need you to make money smart, not hard. I don't need you out there digging and, but back then that's what they wanted. So it was just a difference of time. We're not doing that no more.
Yes, and women were different too back then as well.
Yes.
I don't like comparisons. I hate when people compare what grandpa did to now. This is 2020. This is a totally different world. What is
No,
we got nephews that could turn into our nieces now. It's a different world.
Yes.
Why we compare back then to now? What's wrong with some of these folks?
You can't. It's different.
I talk to other content creators every day.
Mr. B doesn't call me.
I talk to different content creators on a regular basis, some big known ones, and I be looking at them crazy like, y'all literally talking some mythical crap compared to what you're really seeing. Literally, just like I had an argument with somebody earlier about the whole healing before dates. I said, y'all don't heal before no dates. Stop lying. 90% of y'all gonna be single for 5 minutes. As soon as that boredom get in, you're gonna throw yourself right back out there to the pool pit. So stop.
You're right though, because people are afraid to look at themselves or be by themselves because they don't want to deal with themselves.
They don't want to deal with themselves.
We are not honest with ourselves. Even this woman in the video, she said that men are not required to have fat lips. They don't give a shit about that. The men I know don't care about that. They don't care if your ass is not on your back. They don't care if your tit. They don't care about none of that stuff. The men that I know.
And it doesn't got nothing. Listen, when you're a man that's on the upper level, right? When you're a man that's good looking, got swag, and got women your whole life, we look at that for about 5 minutes, and then that's it. After that, I'm looking at your personality, what you bring to the table as far as your love, your respect of God. Then when it's time to go into the actual bedroom, it's about the performance. Because all that don't make up for nothing else you got going on down there.
Hold on. You said you are looking for the performance in the bedroom from a woman?
A woman can look good, but that don't mean she's good in bed. That don't mean that's great. That just means you look good on the outside. What that mean?
My best friend said the ugly women are the best ones in the bed.
Yeah, that gives their soul.
Got more to prove.
Yeah. They fighting for their life in that bed. They not playing. You can never see
my best friend is a male, and he said the best women are the ugliest ones in bed.
No.
Because they have something to prove. He said pretty women, they just want to lay back and get fucked.
Yeah. You'll never run a carpet coochie with no ugly girl. Carpet coochie with no ugly girl. They gonna come on swinging. They not gonna play no games. They're not trying to hold nothing back. You know, the pretty women, they used to men running after them, so they come in tippy-toeing. You know, they know they can probably swallow the whole flagpole, but they want to act all cute with it. That ugly girl ain't finna play with you. Boom. They're gonna body slam you, be like, hey. Can I sit down first?
No.
Listen, you talking about men moving fast. When women get around a man that they actually want, they move a lot quicker too.
That's true.
You can talk about being in relationships or getting to know somebody. You can be dating one guy for 4, 5, 6 months and never give him no cookie. Mm-hmm. You get that other man, and within 2 to 3 weeks, you already done some things to him.
Mm-hmm. The ones you're attracted to.
Not ugly, but I represent so well. My ex-husband's still trying to come back, and we've been divorced for 17 years.
Because listen, we know a good woman. We can play dumb. Men know a good woman. We can go by and smell and be like, she's dumb. They'll say, I talked to Grace. She's an amazing woman. She's wifey material. Let me hope that she's available down the line. When I get the rest of this whore out of me, then I can settle down with her, which is wrong. I don't agree with none of it personally. But I'm just what it is. Logic that's coming from majority of the male camp. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm big on if you meet somebody and it's true love and it's genuine, you should take advantage of the opportunity because you're not going to find a whole bunch of love. Just like I tell some of the larger female creators, yeah, you pretty, but your attitude kind of fucked up. You might can get him, but you're not going to keep him once he gets to know you.
I think you're right because a lot of women come with, we have been through wars, a lot of us, right?
Right.
And we don't deal with ourselves, like I was saying. Like this woman was saying in this video. You got a shitty ass attitude. You think you're fixing your lips and your ass, and that's gonna no. I think the most attractive element in a woman or man is self-awareness and knowing what to do with the self-awareness, right? Because you can say you're self-aware, but you don't do shit with it. No. But a person that is high, super high self-awareness and actually thinks about my needs and how they can make my life better. And I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about they think about how they don't want to take advantage of you or stuff like that. To me, that's really more important than the other stuff. Now, are looks important? Hell yes, to a point that, you don't, you like what you like.
You like what you like, you like what you like. But like a lot of, like you said, a lot of the prettiest women that I've encountered, a lot of them don't have a lot of personality. Mm-hmm. They don't. A lot of women.
I had a friend, this is a fact, a friend that was built like the Kool-Aid man. I'm aging myself. Built just like the Kool-Aid man. She would pull men, and these men, she would leave them alone, and they could not leave her alone. She was like a drug. This one man said that song by Jodeci got me fiending. He literally was fiending behind this woman. She wasn't the most beautiful. She wasn't the most built, but she had a wonderful personality. She was fun to be around. She was just one of them people that was just like a magnet to people. You know, it was like, wow. But like I said, all this cosmetic surgery, she was literally built like the Kool-Aid man. And she had men lined up, wanting to be with her, and the ones she got rid of still trying to be with her.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. Them the women, after they lose weight and get their body done, they be the greatest person on the planet. Because they know what it's like for men not to just drool over them and just lie to them.
It's true.
Comment section.
Yo, actually, this comment, this shit is funny. All of us women don't want to wait until they get the hard. We don't want that dirty dick. But this is the comment that's a trip. She says, Fifi, she was such
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was like. Oh, she was getting known.
Yeah.
That's why he like her.
Yeah.
Probably.
She was a provider to that community. She was talented.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, but the rumor behind the unattractive people, as well as the larger people, yeah, I've heard about it. You know,
have you heard about it or you know about it?
Well, I ain't messed with nobody ugly in years because I'm paranoid, but I done got fixed now, so I don't worry about a lot. Back in the day.
You said I'm paranoid.
Listen, I'm be honest with you. But my luck ain't good, okay? My back in the day was messing with a gargoyle and she getting pregnant. I got to explain.
Nah, a gargoyle.
I didn't never want to be that man to have to explain that to everybody. Tell me, man, that's a nice dragon you got over there. That's my baby mama. No. Because we all done. I don't care what the man look like. You done got an ugly girl on speed dial, man. You got somebody in that phone.
You saying that every man has an ugly girl on speed dial?
Almost every girl done had an ugly girl, somebody on speed dial. But as you get older, your reputation, you need that reputation to be because women will talk shit to you. And you be like, girl, listen.
There goes your friend.
Look, women will make fun of you. Like every man you dated was a 10. Women will talk crap. Boy, you was wrong for that. Oh, really? You dated was a 10. Quit playing.
He said, do dirty.
You just said, oh, girl has talent, honey.
Say, yeah.
And then he said a gargoyle. I'm hollering. Yeah, that was
not necessarily. You can have that talent, but you have to get that person to want to get you there. If I'm looking a certain way, I'm not looking like the norm and the standard. And I got such a big personality, I can make you feel like you want to take me to bed or make you want to take me to bed. You know, it has to be something there, some type of attraction to something, because you have to get to the bedroom first to get a picture.
Well, you got to realize we have the ability as men to separate what we want as far as relationships from sex. Right. We just know how to fixate our mind on something that you have. Like if you're somebody that's not cute in the face, but you know you have voluptuous top, and you know how to make those watermelons sit in your throat a certain type of way, or you got a big old booty, or you know you just smell like heaven, then we can use you for the purposes of sex. As simple as that. We know who we want in a relationship, and we know who it is that we're gonna knock down. It's a different.
Okay, so do y'all know that off jump when you meet a woman? Do you know that as soon as you meet them, or is it off the conversation?
Listen, let me be honest with you. A couple of years back, I was on a date with a girl that was known on Instagram, and she was good looking, but I could not stand her. Her personality was terrible. All I kept thinking about was I was going to do when we got out of here. I kept thinking about the sexual position that was coming after. And that was it. I was more focused on my next date, the next day, than it was on that day because her personality was terrible. She was not the type of woman that I could be with the rest of my life. Now, if I was a lonely man or a thirsty man who just needed to be with a good-looking woman, a lot of men who are like this, they will stretch those relationships because it gives them confidence. If you show, hey, this is my good-looking woman, and this is me and her, it make me feel better I got this pretty woman. But men that don't give a shit, we don't give a damn how pretty you are. Most of the good-looking women give you the most shit anyway. Them 10s give you all the shit. Them 7.5s are wonderful. Them 7.5s are lovely. Them 10s is because they've been told their whole life they beautiful. So you have to remind them all the time. Hey, you know them in the comment section line, right? Once they get to know you like I know you, this party over. Once they meet your ass and get to know what your mouth say, you out of there, Bubba. Mm-hmm. You can get them, but can you keep them? It's the reason why I met you and you wasn't married before I got here. Mm-hmm. It ain't because the men are all bad. You got some character flaws and you haven't taken accountability to fix it. All those men in the comments, hey, queen, I'll marry you, queen. Them niggas is lying. Them niggas is lying. Who's good looking? Because we don't do that. Good looking men, we got each other number on speed dial. We ain't saying that in your comment section. Good looking men or men with confidence, we got a mindset. We're not doing that. Majority of the best looking women, the men in their comment section ain't even their man. They boyfriend sitting at home eating Chipotle and watching porn or football or something, right? The dudes in the comment section, the men that want to be like your man. Mm-hmm. I done dated beautiful women, they never made a comment. Because I'm fucking. What I got to lie for now? I see now. I'm naked. You just get here. That's it.
I'm going to tell you, a lot of these beautiful women, and I've heard this from my son, y'all need to stop working on these lips and all this and get your breath together. Because he said he was a girl. His breath was like that. He said the breath.
And my God.
You worried about your lips and your teeth. You need to focus on that tongue and that breath.
No comment.
No, but you're right, though. There are so many people that have breath nowadays. I'm like, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah, no, that's another thing, too. Keisha says, them naked hoes in my ex's Yahoo account ugly. Then they all hadn't taken advantage of the Brazilian bro. Oh, so they were hairy monsters. Okay. Studies show that every man that texts good morning, beautiful, are likely to say the same BS to 85% of other women. Absolutely. I'm like this. You don't have to text me every morning. We don't have to. Like, okay, so let me say this. since I have found my attachment style and I know how to work because I anxiously attach and I understand why I do the stuff I do, I don't need you to text me every morning. I don't have to talk to you every day. I want to talk to you about every 2 days. And we can text and share me. I'm okay with that. I don't need the everyday shit because I like space. I like to be able to think and do my thing. So for me, I don't need it. And that grand rising queen, you'll need to stop that shit.
Yeah.
My God.
That shit corny.
It is. And your breadsticks is from swallowing. Shut up, Keisha. Shut up.
That's why. But that comes from a lack of experience. See, when you become an OG, the number one thing we do before we go to any date, we're going to stop by that corner, so we're going to get that extra, that winter fresh pepper.
But sometimes it don't help, though, because they don't brush their tongues. Or they have, you know, tonsils, and they have that stuff in their tonsils. Listen, you know what I'm talking about, right? Have you ever seen pictures of people's tonsils that are inflamed and have that green stuff in it? No?
Baby, it's them cavities. It's not going to the
Oh my God.
That cavity will have your breath cutting up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's other stuff that you need to work on. And that's what these young girls need to understand. Like, okay, you getting your lips done. Why? Why are you getting your lips? You know, why are you doing that?
Yep.
You know, they're you know, I hear people talk about, which is very scary to me. They go out of the country to get their teeth fixed. Like, why? And you come back and you can't close your mouth. Like, why? Why did you go over there to do this all day?
If you got your body, if you got body, to do what? But your breath stink, your priorities messed up.
Yeah.
Your body done, your teeth can't look like tools and shit. But your body
and chiclet gums. I feel you.
They in there fighting for a position. Just I had that one time. Thank God. Thank you. Just one time. I met this girl that had breath like that, man. I'm leaning over, smelling my other shit.
Make sure it's not you.
I mean, it's the basic, but back to what that lady was saying, it's the basic stuff. Learn how to cook something. You don't have to cook. We don't have to do old school, but know how to cook enough to survive. Know how to do other things. You know, work on your other qualities besides just your body. Because at the end of the day, you worked on your body, and like all you get is first dates. You don't get any other dates, so you just get booty calls. You know, you don't get the man that you're looking for. Because I heard one girl talk about getting her body done when we was talking about this. When we was talking about doing this, that it caused her more problems than good. She thought, you know, she got her body done. She would meet a lot of good guys, but she getting a lot of first dates, get a lot of DMs. It never goes anywhere. Yeah. Because she's worse off now than she was before she got her body done.
Well, you got to realize a lot. When you get your body done, you still have to have the personality. Yeah. Some people get their body done and they forget the personality and they lean on the body. Right. You get the dates, but the deal. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of beautiful women, a lot of them don't have a lot of personality. They're relying on those looks. So you're hoping that you get a man that will meet you, and the fact that he's thirsty or desperate, he's willing to deal with your crap, knowing that you're annoying, but you look good. There's a lot of men out here that ain't getting no cake. 54% of black men are single and childless. 54%. Majority of women are all messing with the same dudes. The same guys are getting all the buns. It's a lot of single, lonely men right now. Everybody got men in the friend zone freezing to death. They trying to get out. It's cold in there. Trust me.
But you don't think that some of these men's standards are outrageous? Like the type of women that the unrealistic IG women they have out here for them to get, that that's what they're looking for?
No, I've seen these men go after just everyday women, but it's women. Who you really honestly believe has the bigger ego, men or women? Honestly,
women.
Huh?
Women.
Okay, so yes, they have women that know they ain't really a 10 or 8, but they still don't want a man that's a 6 or a 7. It's just the world we live in. And like I tell men and women every day, let's understand how I feel. I don't care. As long as you're not saying that there's no such thing as good men or good women, we all good. There's a man right now that loves you or willing to be with you, but you don't want to be with him for this reason. You're afraid that your friend's going to say, girl, he kind of funny looking, girl. Or, girl, cute, girl. Or some crap like that.
Oh.
And listen, and this is why the body count thing, a friend of mine brought up, why do not men are cautious with their bodies? That makes no sense because every woman wanted the man that everybody else wanted growing up. So how you not gonna get no buns without experience? Most women never care how many women a man has slept with. They don't really care.
Why do men care?
Huh?
Why do men care how many women? I mean, how many men women have been with them?
I've never cared.
I'm just saying because I mean, like,
listen,
a lot of men do care.
I have never in my life asked a woman how many men have they ever had sex with. I never cared about it.
Just tell them 5. Don't go over 5. That's what I heard.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't start a relationship and build a relationship on trust and honesty when you're already lying. When you omit certain things, then you're lying.
So my friend said, don't tell them more than 5 because you can't handle it. That's what she told me.
This is what I advise.
I lost count a long time ago.
If you meet a man, right, and he brings up the body count conversation, you can easily just say that is none of your business and that be done with it. I don't condone lying because you can't build a relationship on trust when you coming in with a lie, and omission is a part of lying. Not telling the truth.
Say it louder for the ones at the back.
It's still lying. There's actually a criminal law for that. It's called omission. That means you're still lying, but you're not giving a direct lie. I've never asked a woman their body count. Now, when I got on TikTok, I started hearing about it. One thing about me is, y'all don't know me, Grace knows me, I'm very meticulous. I'm going to research everything. I'm going to talk and I'm going to look into it. I'm not just going to go off my mind. Now, do I believe some of the things that they're saying about women with a high body count? One of these guys, when they talked about it, a lot of men feel that women that have had sex with a lot of men have a tendency to be able to move off men faster after breakups. Kind of like a prostitute. You can't be attached to this man. So you jump from man to man for the purpose of business. Do I believe that maybe there's some things with that because you slept with more than 10 men, you can move around to another man quickly? Maybe so. But I still don't ask because I don't give a care. I'm not going to ask you none of that. I've never asked a woman any of that stuff because I don't got that insecurity. I don't have no performance issues. I'm not scared of if he done put you off a ceiling fan or y'all done it, whatever. I don't care. That's not my business, but I can see why some men feel the need to ask. But women, y'all messed up because y'all never required for us not to sleep with a lot of women because y'all always wanted the most popular guys. And the popular guy gonna get all the cookies. He gonna get all the banana pudding. That's why he's so talented. That's why he's so confident. Because guess we didn't have sex with you and you just had sex with somebody else within 24 hours after that.
That's a lot of sex just back to back to back to back to back.
Yeah, listen, even the ugly man done had about 20 women before the age of 25.
Yep.
Even the ugly guys.
That's a lot of partners, like
man, listen, it's numbers out here in this game. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of futures out here that ain't making music.
Oh God.
Wilsons are in the friend zone. I call myself in the middle. I've never been. I ain't nowhere near Russell Wilson. I'm sorry. I'm not Future either. I don't be when I'm in a relationship. I'm gonna treat you like gold. I'm gonna spend money on you. I'm gonna take care. I'm gonna do all that stuff. But if you got me fucked up, I'm gonna show you. I'm be like, okay, you really think you big and bad, huh? Okay. Ass on somewhere. Okay.
Ruthless. No. I see.
Wow. No. Because let's be about this. Women are not gonna like what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna say this one time. Y'all have an advantage, but we have the bigger advantage because of the numbers. It is so many good women out here that want to be wives, that want to be married. You could be in a relationship with this man. Y'all can love each other. That man has a better opportunity from breaking up with you and getting another great partner than you do of him. A lot of men are incarcerated. Men that are not incarcerated, they don't even like women. They like men. So the incarcerated men that you're not getting, then the men that are out, you got the men that don't even like women. So it's a small percentage of those men. So you ain't got time to dick around. Y'all have to get it right every single time. I only have to get it right one time. You can break up all day long. You can think you high and mighty because you're beautiful. Most of those men are going to want you for sex. Once they realize that you have your flaws that you're not accountable for. A man can get married at any time. That's why they wait till they're old because they know we can get a wife. You're not guaranteed to get a husband. 74% of women have never asked to be married in the Black community. So you pass on that one husband that asks you to marry him and you say, I'm good. You might not get another one. And that's the reality of life. So when you say, okay, this man is 6 foot tall, 6'7", he got money, but he's too nice, immature, and you say that dumb shit, you got exactly what you asked for.
Yeah. Oh, child.
But the animal shelter got a lot of cats and dogs. You ain't got to worry about that. The animal shelter
got Charlie. Cat lady, honey.
The animal shelter got
Guys, we have to wrap it up. Thank you, Mr. P, for being here. We would love to do it again. And before we go, can we have any final thoughts? Do you guys have any final thoughts? Keisha, I'm saying Keisha, Felicia, Tonya.
Yeah, I mean, just for me, as far as like building a Barbie and stuff for us women, it comes because of social media. It's the media norms, what we see as being the perfect woman or what we're supposed to look like. I was going through this a couple months ago where I was going to go get my body done, and my friend talked me out of it because he said, you already feel like men want you only for sex. It's going to make it worse. It's not going to make it any better. Find your husband first, and once you find the husband, then decide to go get your body done. So
Yes.
but he said the moment you get your body fixed, they're only going to look at you for sex, and you already feel that way about yourself anyway, so it's going to make it worse. So I think we're building this for ourselves to make ourselves sexy, but then men, that's not what they're wanting. They're wanting the wholesome women. Those are the ones they're marrying, and they're having fun with the fun time girls. So
Keisha says, my final thoughts is, it ain't tricking if you got it.
Right. My final thoughts on this is, for people who don't know, who just now listening, I'm a police officer, right? I done worked on tactical teams. I done a lot in my police career. I even worked in the prison systems at one point. Y'all need to be careful out here. Ladies especially, be very careful. When you're going on these dates, don't be bringing men to your house. Go to locations that's plenty of people. Don't be going to these late movie theaters where there's barely anybody there during the week. Be very careful, because everybody does not accept rejection, especially if you're a female that's out here and you know you're not giving this man a real opportunity. And y'all know who y'all are. If you on a date and you know, because we don't ask you out for no date for nothing. He wants something. If you over there just to get bottomless crab legs, you need to be very careful. Because when you don't give him what he wants, he might react. So y'all ladies, just be careful with yourselves, be careful with y'all body, and that's it. And be blessed.
No, that's good advice, though, to be careful and go to public places. I think you're absolutely correct.
Exactly.
That's
my final thought is, take care of yourself. Don't even worry about all the fixing of your body. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and just take care of yourself first, and then do all that other stuff. But initially, just take care of yourself.
I absolutely agree with everything you guys said. I think that we need to be honest with ourselves and look at what we contribute to the demise in our relationships, and be honest. Go back and think about why your past relationships didn't work, right? Because, like you were saying, people will get back into relationships to get over somebody else. That shit don't work, y'all. It does not work. You're gonna have to deal with yourself at some point and look at yourself in the mirror, have the hard conversations with yourself, because having a fat ass, big titties, big lips is not going to help heal that inner child. Because sometimes you got to go back to the foundation of what is wrong and fix that shit. No one's saying be perfect, but be the kind of person that is accountable, okay? That has self-awareness is high and can say, you know what, I'm so sorry, I fucked up.
Yeah.
But no, we don't do that, though. We want to gaslight people. Oh my God, my daughter's coming in. She scared me. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.
Good night.